Let's have a conversation about sustainability. No, we're not going to talk about energy. No, we're not going to talk about oil. We're not going to talk about life's resources. We are not going to talk about the political and economical state of the world. Sorry, Jaden Smith, but you're just going to have to keep my wife's name out your gosh darn mouth now. Okay, that was weird. Anyways, today we are riding off the coattails of the Detroit Red Wings win yesterday. If you've been paying attention to the NHL standings, you would actually see that Detroit is in a pretty tight spot in that Atlantic division. We had been talking about this for a good chunk of the year now, but that Atlantic is stacked. You've got 10 points separating the top team and the bottom team, but there are only 5 points separating the second team to that same bottom team. Tampa has 14 points, Toronto has 13, Senators have 12, Detroit and Boston are at 11 each, and then the Sabres and the Habs are at 9. This is a very close division, and at some point in the previous week, there actually was like a 4 or 5 team tie for third place or whatever. It's tight. And the Detroit Red Wings winning yesterday against the Buffalo Sabres in regulation definitely helps out that cause. Now, the Wings have come off of a pretty rough losing skid, dropping games to that same Buffalo Sabres team, the Oilers in overtime, and then the Winnipeg Jets, but the win against Buffalo yesterday was one of these masterclass performances from none other than Cam Talbot. Now, if you wanted to talk about the Red Wings and their goaltending situation, Alex Lyon has been given a good chunk of starts here. He is so odd because he's at a .916 save percentage right now in the NHL, but his most previous game was that 6-2 loss against Winnipeg wherein he had a .793 save percentage. Other games include a shutout against the Islanders, another 0 goal against performance against the Rangers, and a .949 save percentage showcase against the Nashville Predators. Alex Lyon steps up to play in big ways, and Cam Talbot in yesterday's game did the very same thing as he posted up the victory against that Sabres squad with a .969 save percentage. He had a .912 in the game against Edmonton, wherein the Wings lost in overtime. He had a .925 in the New Jersey game, had a .737 against the Rangers on October 17th, but he also posted up a shutout against the Predators on October 12th. The Wings have been getting some good goaltending. I'm not even going to say it's like, oh, above average or debatably good or objectively this. No, it's like good. It's legit. It's very, very solid. Lyon and Talbot have some games where they kind of crap the bed and have a sub-800 save percentage, but for the most part, when they are on their games and they are putting in the work, they are going and they are succeeding. And yesterday's game was no different as the Wings against the Buffalo Sabres ended up getting outshot, and it was a pretty big margin too, 23-32. It's not the worst thing in the world, but still, Detroit had themselves fewer shots on goal. Cam Talbot was the busier of the two goaltenders. And this is why when we talk about unsustainability, I wanted to refer your attention to a post made by Carmaster on the R Detroit Red Wings subreddit. In the 5 Red Wings victories this season, the team has been outshot in every single game, and by a combined total of 183-100, with the Red Wings averaging 20 shots per game. A. We have to do better finding pucks to the net. B. We only play well when we focus on playing defensive-minded hockey and pray our goalie bails us out that night. How do we fix this team? And this is something that I think is good practice for hockey fans or sports fans in general, riding high on the adrenaline of a super tight, super close victory and relishing in that success, in that feeling of winning. But then also taking a step back and saying, okay, wait a minute, they won, but this is yet another one of these games where the Wings got outshot, and they've been getting outshot in all the games that they've been winning. They haven't really been getting the puck to the goal as much, averaging only 20 shots a game. And it's the goaltenders that are bailing the Red Wings out every time they seem to win. What exactly does that mean, and is there a way to fix this? Because obviously it's not ideal to win games by significantly getting outshot and outchanced and having to rely on your goaltending to be as good as it's been. Like, of course, it's great that Cam Talbot and Lyon are having really good save percentages, but is Alex Lyon going to hold up a .916 save percentage for the entire year? Is Cam Talbot going to hold up a .923? You could very well say those numbers are, like, unattainable for most NHL athletes that are not named Igor Shesterkin, Connor Hellebuck, or Jake Ottinger. So I think right now, with 5 games played each for these guys, it's reasonable to say that they're probably going to come back down to earth at some point, right? I mean, they've had both 800, 700 save percentage games, so it's not like they're invincible. This is where we get into the comment section of the Red Wings thread on this unsustainability. The first comment by 8Sid said, "Hey, hit the net. Too many shot attempts went wide tonight, in my opinion." This is what people mean when they say this isn't sustainable. Yeah, that's exactly what we are talking about here. And there's another comment that I wanted to dive into by xvosh2. Take a look at this. The Red Wings were pretty rusty tonight on taking shots. They actually did a decent job getting into the offensive zone in the first and second, even if they had nothing to show for it on the shot column. Number 2, it's the turtle with the lead strategy that sucks for these reasons. 1, the puck gets into the zone. 2, when in turtle mode, they don't want to risk flying the zone or turning it over, trying to skate it out with possession, so everything is dumped to center ice. 3, when the puck is dumped to center ice, it inevitably comes right back in. And number 4, go back to step 1. So, the Wings get stuck in this cycle of defend, clear, defend, with very little show for it, and the other team gets to generate a lot of low and medium danger chances as a result. Because the Wings D, not called Seider and Edvinsson, suck at getting quick possession off the shoot-in entries, allowing other teams to set up and go to work, and when you let a lot of shot attempts get taken, you're really rolling the dice because all it takes is one bad bounce or one flyby screen to turn a low danger chance into a goal against. And that's a really good analysis. I like the way the user goes out there and talks about it. Hey, the Wings are kind of doing this on purpose. They're letting all these shots come their way. They're not really producing too much when they have the lead in third periods. They're just kind of killing the clock by dumping it out, changing, getting it back, clearing it out, changing, and doing it all over again. Now, when you think about the opposing teams, this is great for them. They can just kind of come back in, continuously get their chops, and continuously get their scoring chances. But, like the poster says, all it takes is one bad bounce or one flyby screen to turn a regular old shot from the point into a goal. This is where we dive into one of the replies. The only defenseman that can box up players in front of our net is Seider. Sherratt sometimes, but kind of rarely still. Like you said, those low-danger chances quickly can become high-danger chances. It's not like they're not getting shots. They are. It's just too many of them are blocked. Some of them are going wide, over the net, crossbar, post, etc. They need another Holmstrom with his behind in the goalie's face, deflecting purposely wide shots. And if this is just the strategy that they're going for, like they don't really want to do too much offensively when they have the lead, it's the old Vancouver Rick Tocchet strategy from last year, then I can honestly respect it. It's just the question as to whether or not Detroit is a team that's capable of using that kind of a style to win enough games to make the playoffs and to win games in the playoffs. I mean, we had seen with Vancouver, it was difficult to try to get the lead and sit on it for playoff games because the playoff competition is just a lot harder. For Detroit, sure, it's happening now, but still, do you think Lyon and Talbot are going to be 9-15 plus save percentage caliber goalies in the playoffs? And do you think this strategy is going to work with this group of guys? I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, because ultimately the Wings are playing hockey that's good enough to be in this position in the standings, but is it good enough to sustain itself for the next 70-something games? You could very well say it's difficult, and you could very well say it's unrealistic, but I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this entire Detroit Red Wings conversation with their projections and with their success? They have been getting results, not necessarily the best ones all the time. They have been losing some stinkers here and there, but when it's on, they're on. And I do think there is enough talent with this team to force a lot of people's hands into having something unexpected happen. So let me know your thoughts as to whether or not you think the magnitude of this Red Wings thing is that important, or do you think it's not that big of a deal? Hey, you just ride the wave, see how they're going to continue like this, and if they get to a point where they start losing games, then they'll deal with it then. For now, though, is it not worth stressing about in your opinion? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.